Hello and welcome to TB3 Sports Talk. I'm Colby. I'm here with Joel.
What's up?
And, I think a lot of us, we're talking all Rays baseball this episode. Episode 87, our Rob Gronkowski episode is going to be all about Rays baseball because we know those things correlate. But in all seriousness, last week we had this whole spiel about how good the Rays have been playing. Such a good homestand. They get a game above 500. And I think all of us in the back of our minds kind of thought, maybe it's good the Rays are playing. Maybe they are actually going to play some good baseball. But I think a lot of us had this hesitant feeling of, probably next week we're going to come back here on the show and talk about how the Rays, dropped a series to Houston, how they can't beat the Rangers still, how they're 3 games under 500 again. But we don't stand there, Joel, do we?
No, I said last week, we'll plan on it. We'll probably be 500, it's just a 500 season, but 3 games over and counting.
The highest mark they've been all season. We are recording Thursday night. The Rays game is going on currently. The Rays are tied 1-1. Junior Caminero hit a solo home run, but just
18?
15.
I'm just gonna say, man, he's on fire.
Yeah, we'll get to him.
Is he an all-star?
He's putting up the numbers like it. If he keeps it up, it'll be. I think Aranda will for sure be an all-star. I think another guy we can talk about is Drew Rasmussen should be an all-star, and Junior Caminero might get that. And Brandon Lau, if he stays hot, could be an all-star too. The second base position is weak. That's what's going for Brandon Lau.
In 2010, the Rays had 4 all-stars. I'm just trying to think, what's our max?
2023.
How many do we have in 2023?
Oh gosh. Maybe it was only 4. We had McClanahan, Yandy, Wander, Randy.
So the Rays max out around 4. So hey, maybe it's another 4. Maybe
I feel like we had. I don't know. I felt like we had more, but anyways, the Rays have been playing really good baseball. And to recap it, last week we left you guys off on a series win against the Minnesota Twins at home, one of the hottest teams in baseball. And then the Rays would go on the road to play the Houston Astros, a team that is very, very good at home, and they would split that series. And they would split that series with some fireworks. In the first game, they scored 13 runs in a 13-3 win. The second game, typical Rays fashion, they lost 2-1. Framber Valdez in that game went a complete game, 1 earned run, and his earned run was on a leadoff home run by Jose Caballero. So that was pretty crazy. Framber was disgusting. Sometimes that just happens in baseball. But then the next day, the Rays bounced up back with 16 runs on Saturday, and that was highlighted by Junior Caminero, 6 RBIs, 2 home runs. Just what a streak this guy has been on. And then they would lose on Sunday, another pitching masterclass from the Houston.
Sunday's game was so frustrating.
It was.
Because it was we scored. I even said it. It was 16 runs. Can't wait to lose 1-0 tomorrow.
If the Rays could spread out their runs a little bit better this year, they would not lose many games.
It's we got padded stats, but it's you look at it, it's they're 3 15-run games so far.
Yeah, it is. It is quite annoying. I agree. To get shut out. To get, the only run the Astros scored was an unearned run in the first inning. Taj Bradley was phenomenal this game. 7 innings, 2 earned runs, and I think he had 10 strikeouts. And that was the most strikeouts he's had by far this season. That was kind of a sign pointing to we may be getting a Taj Bradley run sooner rather than later. So something like we saw in June and July of last year. But they would split that series. Again, Houston is a good ball club, and they play very, very good at home. Do you know what their home stadium's called? It's not Minute Maid anymore.
Oh, I should know this.
You shouldn't, because it's irrelevant. But it's
I saw it the other day.
Yeah.
All right, what is it?
It's Dakin Park. It sucks.
There must be some company out there called Dakin.
But Minute Maid Park was good.
Here's the thing. There's some stupid names in baseball. Tropicana Field being one of them, because Tropicana Field's been owned by Pepsi since the day the Rays came into the league. They just kept it as Tropicana Field to kind of differentiate their names. And Minute Maid's the same way, because Minute Maid's owned by Coke. So why not call it Coke Field?
Interesting. It was kind of like our unspoken rivals,
Minute
Maid
Battle
and
of the
Tropicana.
Juices.
But I like that. But just
the True Citrus series.
Yeah. Wow, that's a bar.
It's too bad I didn't think of that before.
That's a bar, bro. But I just Dakin Park or Dalkin. I think that's horrible. That stinks.
I'm sure Houston's more mad than us.
Oh, I'm sure they're not happy about it. I don't think there's ever been a stadium name change that people have enjoyed.
Yeah, probably.
Like the fact that it's not Staples Center in LA
that's
anymore.
so sad.
That is horrible. That is atrocious.
Like at any time, the origin name of each ballpark, stadium, arena needs to just stay. Like
Yeah.
that's it. You're fine.
Like
Case closed.
Yeah.
Because like sometimes it's like, okay, thank God they got it off that name, but it's like that was probably the second or third name, so keep it at the first name.
I completely agree. Anyways, the Rays would after that series they come back home. They are in the midst of a 6-game homestand against the Rangers and the Marlins. And they won the first 2 games against the Rangers, a team that the Rays have struggled against. They got swept by them earlier this year. I think they were on a 7 or 8 game losing streak against the Rangers. This is a team that just has notoriously given us a notoriously given us trouble throughout the tenure of the Rays, the history of the Rays.
Regular season and postseason combined.
Yeah. 0-3 against them in the postseason?
Yeah.
Oh. That just hurts,
Yeah, it's
man.
like we haven't even like gotten the 1-game playoff against them just to kind of like keep our heads up.
Yeah. Well, we had that 3-game wild card.
Wait. All right. We had one. I don't remember what year it was. I'm going to say it was 2013. We beat them in a game 163.
Okay.
And it was like vengeance is mine, says
right.
the Lord kind of thing.
See, this is where...
It was the recency of the 10 and 11. It was like, finally we got it.
Yeah, so the Rays won the first 2 against the Rangers, and then they're in the midst of one. It's 1-1 in top of the 4th inning. But overall, 4-2 on what we're talking about. The Rays are now, like Joel mentioned, 3 games above 500. They're sitting at 32-29. Kind of right in the thick of everything. You know, they are only 5.5 games back of the New York Yankees in the AL East. Again, the way the Rays have played the majority of the first month, you would think it would be a lot better, especially how overplaying I think the Yankees are playing. The Blue Jays have been playing really, really good. Just kind of makes it even more impressive that we swept them, is my opinion. But you look at the wild card, the Rays are only a half game back. And they're a half game back of the last wild card spot with a game remaining to be played. And they're only 1 game back from the first wild card spot.
And like Will said, that's crammed up with the AL Central, and they're going to beat up on each other.
Yeah. So again, the Twins just got some injury news about their starter Pablo Lopez going down for a long time. The Guardians, you kind of feel like the Guardians are going to be there, just in the nature of Cleveland baseball.
They'll probably be on the top of the division at the end of the year.
Yeah, but then you got Toronto and Seattle and Kansas City, and these are just teams you don't really believe in, I would say. So the Rays are in the thick of everything, 32-29. But before we get into the games, we did have some news that happened last week. We didn't get to talk about it. Chandler Simpson. Chandler Simpson was sent down to AAA Durham. Jake Mangum was recalled. Kind of a shock to the Rays fans. And Joel, what's your opinion on it?
I mean, you have a wealth of riches, so it's kind of like what is the least of the evils that you can do. Did I agree with it in the moment? No, solely based on just the electric speed that he has to offer. Like his bat might be lesser than or maybe close to equal with Mangum, you said it is?
Yeah.
With Mangum, but I mean, it's kind of like a tic-tac kind of thing. It's just like in the moment, it was tough. Then I think we lost the next game, and it was like, yep, that's the curse of the Chandler Simpson sundown. So since we've begun winning since then, winning the series against the Blue Jays, I want to say, it's been all right. It's like, hopefully we'll see him again. We'll definitely see him in September when rosters expand. Do they do that anymore, actually?
They do.
I think they shrunk it down a lot.
They might have, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he'll be here sooner than later. Do I believe Josh Lowe will stay healthy the rest of the year? Absolutely not. So we'll see. We'll see him switching buses. He's on the way to the hospital. Simpson's on the way to the team.
So what do you think is more likely to happen? Christopher Morel gets traded first, or Josh Lowe gets hurt first?
I don't know if we can trade Christopher Morel. I don't even know if he's worth cash consideration.
Wow, that's really funny.
He was worth it to us though, so maybe we can fool somebody else.
Yeah.
Hey Pittsburgh, what you up to? You want to you remember how good he was on the Cubs? We know you want him.
They'll do anything. They have no bats. They just need people to fill in their lineup.
Here's what we could do for them, and I know they do this because they're Pittsburgh. You trade them a C-tier prospect, but more importantly, like $250 cash consideration, and they take it. Be like $250,000. Say no more.
Yeah, for sure. I'm kind of on the side of Joel. I do think, initially I was peeved, man. I was very, very upset that Chandler Simpson went down, but the matter of the fact is that Chandler Simpson was not cutting it defensively. Unfortunately,
which is surprising.
Which is surprising. But his numbers, just in the field, were not cutting it. And to the Rays and to most MLB teams, it is important that you have a center field caliber player. And quite frankly, if they had sent down Cameron Meisner, which I think was what we all kind of expected them to do when Mangum came back up, they would not have a full-time center field caliber player. And the Rays chose to kind of send Simpson down, not only to bring up Mangum, who I think at this moment is a better player than Chandler Simpson, whether it's the bat, the defense, just the wily experience from a 29-year-old. I do think currently he's a better player than Chandler Simpson. But I do think by sending Chandler Simpson down, you give him some valuable time to develop in Durham, as opposed to him kind of being a pinch runner, play twice a week type player where he doesn't really get to develop the same way. And I think that's kind of the nature of this. I think Chandler Simpson will be able to develop. They like Eric Neander said he needs to improve his defense, like I just said, and also his on-base percentage, which was at just above 300, which is not great when you're a guy hitting like 280 and your on-base is only like 310. So I do think that in the long run, I think this decision is okay. I think a lot of people are mad. I think a lot of people are still mad. And we want to know your thoughts. How do you feel about the Chandler Simpson situation, 5 days later, whatever it is. But, it is what it is.
I'm still upset about it just because I'm an old school baseball guy and I love having that pitch runner like him on the bench.
When the games matter, he will be on the team. For
the games matter right now, though.
Yeah, but
the cliches.
But I mean,
that
is
the
true.
Cliches, man.
But we're not pinch running many people.
We should be.
Taylor Wallace can pinch run just as good as Chandler Simpson.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know.
I mean, I want to see.
That's not true.
I want to see this sprint. I want to see some All-Star Game sprints from us. Like, who runs fastest? It's like whoever's not as fast enough, he gets sent down.
I think they labeled Chandler Simpson the fastest man in baseball. So my statement is incorrect, but I do think it's a marginal difference between a Taylor Wallace and a Chandler Simpson. I think the value is obviously every time he gets on base, you feel like a single is going to turn into a double because
we don't pinch run people. So
yeah.
And that's one of the things where I yell at with the TV screen. So it's fine. Kevin Cash, if you're watching, bring him back up. Play him once a week. I don't know. There's got to be somebody we don't need right now. I just want the pinch runner.
That would be Morel. Morel would be, if you want to do that.
That's.
Yeah.
I mean, we're playing with tight purse strings. So, what do you expect?
It does say a lot about the depth of the team. Where obviously Morel's not great, but we definitely have tough decisions we have to make. Quality players in Durham, quality players, coming up and down. This team has shown a lot of depth throughout this first couple months of the season, which is good, especially with the injury history of the Rays. Even like a guy like Joe Boyle down in Durham who had a really good start. That's even a guy like Shane McClanahan. We're hoping to come back. He will put our starting rotation to 6 people. So,
wait, one last thing on the outfield. You do need like all-star outfielders because of the Rays Stadium and the fact that the ball goes above the lights more often than not. So, yeah. I mean, I'm not blaming Simpson for that. Like, he probably is just struggling with the lights. So I guess you do need like top-tier outfielders right now if you're the Rays.
Yeah, for sure.
But once you start getting on the road a lot, then we can rediscuss.
I do think Simpson will be back up before September. I think it will happen in a month or so.
Do you think it's injury related or it's just something happened?
That's a good question. Probably injury related at some point. But I also could see us getting rid of Morel. I definitely could.
I'll tip my cap if they do.
I would love it. I would love it. But yeah, Joel, back to the play on the field. What has stuck out to you the most about this Rays, recently, the Rays?
I think the home runs. We found our home run swing. Like, the fact that Junior's got, like, 15 plus at this point. Walls has run into a couple. Or at some point in the season, he's run into a couple. I think catcher's got a couple now.
Danny Jansen. Brandon Lau's
gotten quite a few of late.
Even Yanni Diaz is, up to. He's
a couple line drive ones too.
Yeah.
There's somewhere it's like, oh, it made it. So that's been nice to see. I think we're finally starting to take advantage of Yankee Stadium, and as well, like I know a lot of opposing teams are pretty upset about it. So it does feel like the home field advantage is finally starting to come our way. And I'm going to be excited to see if we continue the road success that we had at the beginning of the year as we begin to enter into like 80% plus of these next games in the season being road games.
Yeah. Speaking of the home run stroke, the guy that has probably been the biggest catalyst of it is Junior Caminero. And it's just so refreshing to see a franchise level caliber player for the Rays. It really is. Like Junior Caminero, he had his slow start. We all know he's 21 years old. We had some concerns about him. And just recently we've just seen how special he can be, man. Like it is just really refreshing, knowing what's going on with Wander Franco, what has happened, what's, going to happen with him. Knowing how that situation just kind of, bit us in the butt. And, seeing Junior Caminero come up, and not having as fast of a start as Wander Franco, and then you're like, oh boy, here we go again. Wander Franco, he's a pedophile. Junior Caminero, he's a bust. Us Rays fans, we can't have anything nice. We can't have a franchise player. But, Junior Caminero has shown that he really can be that guy. It's funny, Saturday is going to be Evan Longoria's, retirement ceremony and stuff like that. And I do think that it's a fitting passing of the torch from Evan Longoria to Junior Caminero. I mean, you look at his last 12 games, he has 6 home runs and 18 RBIs in his last 12 games, Joel. I mean, he is on fire, man.
He's consistent, too.
Yeah, I mean, just getting the ball up in the air, hitting the ball so hard. Every time the ball comes off his bat, it is so hard. And he's just, ever since he flew in his hitting coach from the DR, it's been a whole different guy.
What's that guy's name? Because we should really give him flowers.
Give him
a spot on the team.
Give him Chad Batola's job.
For real.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like, why is only Junior working with him? Get Taylor Walls working with him.
Yeah.
Another thing, though, with Junior Caminero, I don't know that Wander Franco was ever as consistent as he's been in this portion of the season. Like, I think he might even deserve more praises than Wander Franco at this point.
We shall see. It's still early.
It's early, but like it's been a good sample size for me to kind of be able to say that.
All right, Joel, I'm going to throw out 4 stats at you. And I want you to tell me your thoughts and which one really talks to you the most, okay? So, last 12 games, Rays starting pitchers have combined for a 1.54 ERA in their starts. That's stat number 1. Okay? Stat number 2, the Rays lead Major League Baseball in stolen bases. That's stat number 2. Stat number 3, the Rays are top 5. They are 5th in baseball with average with runners in scoring position. The Rays are hitting .270 with runners in scoring position on the season. Stat number 4, the Rays are 3rd in baseball with 34 defensive runs saved. So I gave you a little bit of everything, pitching, offense, defense. What sticks out to you?
Okay, so the pitching and defense and stolen bases, that's kind of just the Rays game. Like, I feel like Joe Madden used to always say, like, if we're doing those things right, we're going to win more games than we lose. So we've become comfortable with that. That's kind of the familiar thing for Rays success. But that often comes with us having to support the fact that we are horrible with runners in scoring positions. So that is mind-baffling that we're in the top half of baseball with runners in scoring positions.
Top 5?
Yeah.
270, Joel!
Let alone top half, but to be top 5, that's where the baffling of the mind happens.
270 with runners in scoring position.
All right. Not to burst your bubble, kid, but we have had like 3 15-run games this season.
Yeah.
And when it rains, it pours with that. So I imagine if you were to isolate those 3 games out, we'd probably be like lower half.
We'll see. But I do think the Rays, like, they have come through with some big hits.
We have, absolutely. And clutch ones, too. Like, end-of-the-game comebacks, we've had at least 2 or 3.
For sure. And even you look at these Texas games, yesterday they had the big inning, where, Jonathan Aranda gets a big hit with the runners in scoring position. Jake Mangum, gets that infield hit to the side, and then he beats it out and 2-run score on that. Definitely situational hitting has been very, very good. For me, I want to key in on the Rays starting pitching. Like I said, a 1.54 ERA from the Rays starting pitchers. And it's been really, really impressive to see. What sticks out to me most is the guy we were talking about who could maybe be an all-star, Drew Rasmussen. I mean, this guy. Oh, I have a trivia question for you. You might have seen it on the broadcast, but Drew Rasmussen.
Probably not. I don't think I caught some of the broadcasts.
So Drew Rasmussen has 23 innings of scoreless baseball. He has an active streak going right now. That is the third highest in Rays history. Which Rays pitcher has the highest streak of scoreless innings? Starting pitcher.
Oh, I don't know the stat because here's the funny thing. It's my game last night. I couldn't get it to be in Rays telecast.
Okay.
So I had to watch it in the Rangers, and those broadcasters suck. So just based off of longest scoreless streak aside from Rasmussen.
Yep.
Oh man, I'm boiling between two. I might not be right. All right.
Okay.
No, wait, no.
Hold up. I have a caveat though. 2 pitchers are tied for number 1. So if you get one of them, I'm with you. But 2 pitchers are tied.
Okay.
24 and 2/3 innings.
Can I give 2 guesses then?
Sure.
All right. I'm gonna go. Alex Cobb's my first guess.
Correct. Ding, ding, ding.
Okay. Okay. I feel that makes me feel good. All right. Second guess. I'll go James Shields.
Oh, only 1 for 2. It's Alex Colomé.
Okay, I was gonna go Matt Garza with my other one.
All right.
With Alex Colomé, for me, he's a bullpen guy. That wouldn't even cross my mind.
So, James Shields.
Wait, was that Alex Colomé in the bullpen?
No, it says starting pitchers as a starter.
Interesting.
2014, 2015.
I wonder why we gave up on him so quick then. I don't remember him being that good.
I don't know. James Shields is tied with Drew Rasmussen. He had 23 innings of scoreless baseball. So he's tied for second.
I remember that streak.
Yeah.
That was a good
and
one.
then the other guy in front of Drew Rasmussen is Taj Bradley last year, 24 innings of scoreless baseball. But Drew Rasmussen's been amazing. Like I said, 23 innings scoreless. You look at his season stats. I mean, it's not ridiculous to say that this guy could be an all-star. He's one of 10 pitchers in baseball with a whip under 1. He has a 0.87 whip, which means he's giving up less than 1 base runners per inning, which for any pitcher is really good. But for a starter, that is unbelievable stuff. This is the stuff we like to see from relievers, not starters, but I mean, amazing. And then a 2.14 ERA for Drew Rasmussen. That is just spectacular stuff. 63 innings pitched. He has 56 strikeouts and only 13 walks in the season.
Wow.
The sinker, the cutter, the four-seamer, all that stuff has just been outstanding.
I haven't been paying attention to the American League pitchers, but if he gets stronger in the second half, does he have a shot for Cy Young?
At this point, yes. Tariq Skubal has been really, really good.
Yeah, I know about him.
He's a very, very good pitcher. I'm trying to think who else has been in the American League. I can pop up some teams. Just
one of the Guardians guys, I think, has been pretty good.
The Guardians. I don't know. American League. Let me pop up. Once I see the teams, I'll be. Max Fried for the Yankees has been really, really good. Garrett Crochet for the Red Sox has been really, really good. That'll be some tough competition. And also, these guys that I'm mentioning kind of go a little bit longer than Drew Rasmussen because he's still kind of on that inning streak.
That's what I mean. If he gets stronger in the second half, that's where he might be able to build some of his stats.
I think those 2 AL East guys are his biggest competition. Skubal, which is not AL East, Fried, Crochet, and then I think Drew Rasmussen has a case to be 4th best. And he could just get better and better. And then, I mean, Taj Bradley, like I mentioned, 7 innings, 10 strikeouts, 0 earned runs. The only run he gave up was a Junior Caminero botch play at third. If he is pitching like he did in June and July, and it's just amazing to see what he can do. The swing and miss has been notably gone this year for him. He's gotten a lot less swings and misses. So to get 10 strikeouts kind of shows that his stuff is improving as the season goes on. And that's really good. And then Ryan Pepio, man. Ryan Pepio is up to a 3.16 ERA on the season. His last start, he's pitching tonight, but his last start, he went 6 2/3 innings, scoreless in Houston. That was the game against Framber Valdez where the bullpen kind of blew it, but he was going blow for blow with Framber Valdez for a while. He was amazing. Zach Littell has just been solid as ever. Complete game for Zach Littell.
Yes, Kevin Cash, my hero is Kevin Cash on that one. Like, I think Kevin Cash is just growing up. He's mature, and he's like, you know what? Sometimes you just gotta let the kids play.
But that was all right. Another trivia. I have all these trivia questions.
I think I know the pitch count. What is that? The one?
No, first complete game for a Rays pitcher since who?
I do know this one. It's niche. It was like 2017, and they said it on the broadcast. I just don't know the name.
Your time frame's not right. It's a little recent. It's a little more recent than you're giving it credit.
Okay, I mean, I know. I see the picture. I mean, I'm gonna be so sad when you give it to me. I'll give myself like 15 more seconds.
While he's thinking of that, Littell's been great. Shane Baz has been, solid start after solid start. Definitely the worst out of the 5 pitchers, but he's still doing good stuff. Joel?
It's not. I mean, like, I'll just toss out a name, and I know it's not gonna be right, but maybe I get lucky. It's not Colome, right?
No, it's Ryan Yarbrough.
I'm thinking of the one that was before him.
Yes, you're probably thinking of it. I don't know the
one
one
before him was a
before.
Latino fella.
Interesting.
And they were like a 1-2 punch. It was like there hadn't been one since like James Shields. Then they got like 1-2 within like a year, maybe 2, and then it was this one.
Interesting. But yeah, Ryan Yarbrough was the last one. Zach Littell does that. He throws a lot of pitches to get through it. But
was it 130?
Yeah, it was around 130. Yeah. I don't know if it was over or not, but yeah, a lot of credit to him. That was a gutsy performance. And then Brandon Lau has stayed hot. I mean, you look at his stats, on the season. He's really just steady climbing. He's up to hold up, that was the last 15 days. 356 in his last 15 days. But on the season, he's up to 253, a 759 OPS, 12 home runs on the season. Yeah, I mean, just really, really solid stuff. The lineup seems to be very deep. You have Caballero, you have Jansen, you have Mangum down at the bottom of the lineup, kind of giving it some length. It's been really fun to watch. I don't know if you have anything else in the Rays lineup.
If we can be consistent, like no, none of these highs, none of these lows. Like if we could just be a team that puts out 3 to 5 runs a night, I mean, you're looking at first place by the All-Star break.
Yeah.
But if we're just gonna keep being these 0 to 1 run nights and then these like 10 to 15 run nights, I mean, it's gonna evaporate sooner than later. Like the bubble's gonna pop.
Yeah, I mean, if you're scoring 3 or 4 runs with this pitching staff, you're going to win a lot of games. You're going to
be probably looking at 100 wins.
Yeah, you're going to be looking at a lot of wins. I completely agree.
So, I mean, it's in our capability if we're putting up these 15-run nights, but it would just be nice to see less of the zeros.
For sure. Oh, absolutely, yeah. Spread out the runs. Yeah. Spread out the runs. And then also got to give a shout-out to the bullpen. They've been a lot better recently. Pete Fairbanks, still only 1 blown save on the season, doing a very good job. Had a little sketchy moment there yesterday where Brandon Lau.
Yeah, that was a little bit scary. And again,
that's not his fault,
the Rangers announcers were really excited about that. They were like, "Oh, that's what we need. We needed that. Let's see it through we're gonna make the Rays pay." And then I think the next at bat was like 15 pitches or something. It might have been that at bat, but they were very excited.
Yeah, no, for sure. Barrel just botched a simple ground ball, so that was kind of crazy. But
they spoke it into existence, so they were like, "All we need is a bloop. All we need is a little something. Oh, there's something."
Manny Rodriguez, Garrett Clevenger, even Edwin Uceda, Mason Montgomery. These guys have been really good recently over our streak. It just feels like this was said by, shout out my brother Luke, it feels like this is your prototypical Rays team again.
Yeah.
Good pitching, good defense, solid hitting, got that kind of swagger about them, got that confidence about them that we didn't have all last year.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. It's like we had to get a new setting to change the scenery to find this.
We just need to go to Tampa.
The chop was just getting a little stale, so we had to go somewhere else to find our identity.
Hey, who knows? Who knows?
Maybe.
Who knows? We're still 1-1. in the end of the fourth inning, I will say the Rays just had first and third with nobody out and did not score. So that's
what we're talking about.
That's the stuff that frustrates you. That's the stuff.
And
that
the scary thing too is it's like, are we gonna wake up from the dream and it's just like, oh, we woke up, we're back to the can't score with a guy on third and nobody out.
Yeah, I mean that happens, but let's see how they come back the next inning. Let's see if they can.
I mean that's just, like it's like are we gonna be able to get back? It's like, can we find that or do we drop it and we just can't pick it back up?
That's again, you finish this Rangers series. You got Miami over the weekend, a team that just got swept by the Colorado Rockies at home.
Thing was they beat us up,
and they did beat us 2 out of 3. But these are some games that you can win. Even the Red Sox on the road, it's still the Red Sox, but they have been scuffling this season. If you can start winning these games and kind of separate yourself from 500, I'm going to start to continue to believe more that this team is finally turned a corner.
I want playoffs in Steinbrenner Field so much.
Yeah. That could be like a college baseball atmosphere. I've been thinking about this. If they do playoffs in Steinbrenner Field, they have to figure out a way to sell it to only Rays fans. There's 10,000 seats. We have to figure out a way, whether it's like do something crazy.
You're gonna have to call in like Jeff Finnick on that one.
Yeah, like just
Rays are gonna be like, oh, look at that.
Discriminate.
Small amount of seats.
Discriminate against opposing teams' fans. I don't care. Don't let them in. Sell tickets at the door only, and you have to be wearing Rays merch to get in. Do something crazy like that.
Then they just like do their buttons and they're like.
I mean, if they have
Yankees.
if they have the effort to do that, then whatever. But yeah, just do something. We need to find a way to get like 10,000 rowdy Rays fans in there and make it like a college baseball game.
J.P. Peterson had a funny idea of how to do that, but I forgot what it was.
All right.
Because that is a concern. It's like, what are we gonna do? We'll just have to play like the Guardians or something. That's the only solution.
All right, so yeah, I mean the Rangers just hit a home run. 2-1 Rangers.
That's what you get for not scoring with the man up third and nobody out.
You gotta hate when that happens.
That's getting stabbed and then them twisting the knife.
That's like in basketball. You miss the layup and then they go down and score on the other end.
Yep.
It always happens. But yeah, Rays have a series against the Marlins at home, then Red Sox on the road. How do you think they'll fare in that series? Both 3-gamers.
I mean, I know we've been giving them flowers, but I'll go 500.
500, 3-3.
Yeah.
3-3. I'm gonna say they continue winning series. No, they're gonna lose this game tonight, and then they're gonna sweep the Marlins. They're going 5-1. Sweep the Marlins, win 2 out of 3 against Boston. That's what's gonna happen. I'm feeling good about it.
No, here's the problem is, I think the Marlins picked up on the Panthers, Tampa Bay killing.
Gosh, bro.
And like that, this might be the season where they go like 4-2 or 5-1 against us.
I can't deal with South Florida these days. South Florida is like my arch nemesis.
I mean, the Dolphins aren't good. Are the Heat okay?
Who cares about those teams? If the Marlins beat us in 2 series and the Panthers are the Panthers,
well, they're gonna have to come up with their nickname.
I think we're gonna have a Canadian Stanley Cup winner. By the way,
I know. I'm very, very upset. I'm just kind of easing myself into it.
Yeah, overtime winner in game 1 is like that's a tough way to come back. Yeah, but yeah, let us know how you guys think the Rays are doing. Who is sticking out to you guys the most in this Rays week? How do you guys think the Rays will do in their series ahead? Will they come back tonight? You'll be watching this, and you'll kind of feel our thoughts on the game as you felt them as you were watching the Rays game. But yeah. That's a 3-game series. The Rays have been really good, but that's the only team playing, so that's kind of all we got for today. Episode 87. If you're on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. If you're on Spotify, hit the 5 stars, hit the follow button. Follow us on Instagram, follow us on X. Joel, you got anything?
I'm good.
All right. Thank you guys for watching, and have a beautiful and blessed night.